Now on CoastTV News.
Cracking down on short-term rentals in Ocean City, the significant changes vacationers may start to see.
Hotel debate, city officials and builder going head-to-head at a site plan review for a hotel on the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk.
Plans paused for a new police department after a public hearing. What the future of these plans could be.
We are expecting sweltering sunshine for Wednesday as the heat index is likely to topple 100 degrees by lunchtime on that same day.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Hotels in Ocean City are seeing less foot traffic. Good evening, I'm Mallory Metzner.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight focused on short-term rentals, which are increasing in Ocean City.
Over the last 2 years, over 200 rental licenses have been made in town, and with no end in sight, the Ocean City Council is looking to add some more regulations to short-term rentals, as some worry it could get out of hand. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zappe shows us what those changes might look like.
Vacationers driving into Ocean City. That's the traffic we've seen all summer. But hotels aren't seeing the amount of foot traffic they used to. The Hotel Motel Restaurant Association says that's because of an increase in short-term rentals, with just under 9,000 rental licenses in Ocean City. The Ocean City Council discussed certain regulations they may be implementing, something local Angela Johnson agrees should happen.
Downtown, with all the bars and stuff, they get rowdy at night, like about midnight or something like that.
The Ocean City Council discussed 2 changes short-term rentals may be seeing soon. One regulation the Ocean City Town Council discussed is possibly adding a minimum length of stay for certain short-term rentals. The minimum length of stay would be at least 7 days for short-term rentals that are single-family homes and manufactured housing. Another potential rule is regulating the occupancy for short-term rentals. For example, 2 people per bedroom. The council hopes adding these rules will decrease the noise in town and increase the overall safety. James Ireland agrees.
It all depends on safety. You know, if you shove a whole bunch of kids in a room and they're smoking or whatever, then, you know, one of them, they all pass out.
To keep these regulations in check, the council discussed adding a sticker on the short-term rental doors, which has how many people are supposed to be in the home at once. They are also looking into hiring a local business company to manage all the short-term rentals in the area. The Ocean City Council will be sending these possible regulations to the Ocean City Planning Commission for approval. I'm Kevin Zappe in Ocean City, CoastTV News.
A developer is looking to build a hotel on the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk where Zelke's is located and where that iconic Dolly's sign used to hang. A recent site plan for review of the project was contentious. The attorney for the builder says the goal of the building is to revive that end of the boardwalk. But back at the meeting in early August, a number of concerns were raised. One of the hot topics, how to handle delivery trucks on Baltimore Avenue.
There are a lot of restaurants on within the boardwalk area, and I believe they do truck some of the items over to Rehoboth Avenue if they can't get over there. They are the Cisco trucks, they are NKS, they are linen trucks. So between our check-ins and check-outs, the truck deliveries, and the additional check-in, check-out at the One Rehoboth, we just want to make sure that that's all coordinated properly because it backs up very easily, especially that a lot of trucks come down Baltimore Avenue to turn around.
This project will go into the Planning Commission in September. Breaking news tonight, a grand jury has given special counsel Jack Smith what he was looking for. It has returned what is called a superseding indictment against former President Donald Trump. This is for the election subversion case. The new charging documents were necessary after the Supreme Court's recent ruling on presidential immunity. It is a more refined set of allegations. We're going to have more on this story tonight at 11.
Planning for a new Georgetown police building has been put on hold until October. On Monday night, the Georgetown Town Council had a public hearing to discuss the plans for a new police department. It's proposed to sit on University Drive. Some people say it shouldn't go in a part of town where only 1% of people live. Others, like the mayor, Bill West, says the location is ideal for a number of reasons.
The good thing is everybody says, well, there's only 1% of the town that lives on that side. It might be 1% of the town, but it's the growing 1%. And we need the police department to be readily accessible to the highway, because the highway is the main part of getting anywhere in a hurry.
The topic will be discussed again at the first town council meeting in October. The presentation shown at the meeting is linked in the article on CoastTV.com.
A new gas station is scheduled to be built over on Route 24 in Mulberry Knoll Road. That's already been approved, but today the Sussex County Council approved an ordinance that's related to the project. This latest change will increase the property size from 5,000 square feet to just under 6,000 square feet. It will also eliminate a 12,000 square foot office building nearby. The property was originally proposed to council in May of 2022. And this brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know what you think the best minimum state requirement for short-term rentals are.
Let's take a look at the results so far on your screen. It looks like the majority, while these are changing live on the air, I would say right now the majority saying 3 days, that's at 49%. But the other majority, half of this vote, says there's no minimum. That's 45% of the vote. No one's voting for 7 days right now.
So let's have to check back in a bit. We'll be doing that later tonight. Go to CoastTV.com or use the Coast TV mobile app and vote. We'll see if those numbers change. As we head into September, you might be seeing more of this invasive spotted lanternfly here on Delmarva. These insects, with their spotted wings and black-red coloring, they're going to start laying eggs on any outdoor surface. People frequently carry these plant-hopping bugs without even knowing it, and while they are colorful, possibly even pretty to some, they damage plants and trees in several parts of the Northeast and Midwest. The Department of Agriculture recommends you squish the bugs if you spot one. Scientists believe the spotted lanternfly arrived on a stone shipment from China sometime in 2012.
The Delaware chapter of the Surfrider Foundation is urging state officials to host a public meeting about hazardous conditions at Northside Beach and Route 1 near the Indian River Inlet. Surfrider has been pushing for over a year to remove dangerous debris from the beach, and they say recent actions by DelDOT have only made matters worse. As the fall storm season comes, the foundation is calling for a long-term, proactive plan to address these concerns.
The town of Ocean City said today that the tram is still down. The decision was made to shut the tram down indefinitely after the tragic death of a 2-year-old on August 20th. Some locals and frequent visitors say it's an adjustment not seeing the tram run on the boardwalk.
It is, considering that the tram car has been on this boardwalk for 60 plus years. It's a staple, and it's something that people really have to think about, because it does serve a purpose.
Until the tram returns, the town is directing people to its bus system. It runs from 144th Street all the way down to downtown. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside right now, and we have got to check in with Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams, because, Paul, the weather is going hot, hot, and hotter.
And really the condensation, that's been an interesting situation, because we actually have a dense fog concern down towards the Ocean City area. You can kind of see that right now. This is all due to the dew point temperature rising, getting closer to the air temperature, because it's not quite as high along the coast as it is throughout the inland areas, and we'll stay in the 70s. Now, we actually warmed to 90 degrees today, which is still 9 away from the record, but still warm nonetheless. And we have 90 not only here in Georgetown, but Salisbury as well as Easton. And we have heat advisories in effect for our area, but also heat warnings up towards the Philadelphia area. And we've had some outbreaks of heat warnings in several areas, including the Midwest, as well as close to our neck of the woods. Now, as we take a look at our specific situation, okay, so for today, we only got up to about a slight concern, but we're going to go up to a moderate to even more so by the time we get into Wednesday, okay, and be mindful of that. But we're not the only ones. In fact, severe weather, extreme heat, wind, hail, and even landslides, creating dangerous, in some cases, deadly conditions across the country right now. Jay Gray has a closer look at Mother Nature's path of destruction from Alaska through the Midwest.
A late summer heat wave tightening its grip on the Midwest.
It's probably the hottest summer we've had in a while.
Record heat across the region, at or near triple digits. In Grand Rapids, air conditioners no match for the extreme conditions. forcing the school district to cancel classes.
It's just difficult for those systems to keep our kids cool enough to be able to focus on their learning.
In Minnesota, high winds and heavy rain forcing families to rush for shelter at the state fair. The Twin Cities hammered by intense storms over the last 24 hours. Severe weather, including hail stretching through New England and in Alaska.
We need to get out of here.
The earth crumbling during a driving rainstorm. The landslide taking the life of Public Works employee Sean Griffin, the father and husband killed as he was trying to clear storm drains during the downpour.
In my 65 years here, I've never seen anything of that scale.
Homes and vehicles in Ketchikan crushed by the slides. Several communities in the area still under evacuation orders with the potential for a secondary landslide over the next several days. Jay Gray, NBC News.
Former President Donald Trump's transition team will have 2 new team members. A senior campaign advisor confirmed in a statement on Tuesday that Trump has added Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and former Representative Tulsi Gabbard to his transition team. Kennedy endorsed Trump on Friday after ending his independent bid for president, while Gabbard, who was once a Democrat, expressed support for the former president at an event on Monday.
Still to come on Coast TV News at 5, Pizza Progress. What's happening at this local joint?
And if you plan on going to the beach tomorrow, be mindful that it's going to heat up quickly by mid-morning, and the air quality is beginning to deteriorate in our neck of the woods as well.
First, housing prices going up in some places and down in others. We have that data for you up next.
Where your business chooses to bank matters. Founded locally, County Bank is invested in serving you, your business, and our community. We offer customized loans to fit any business with competitive rates and flexible terms. Ask us about County Bank Express loans. Choose County Bank. We have roots here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLSR ID 410450.
Attention Delmarva homeowners. HomeSmart started with 50, then 30. Now we've reached the final days, looking for 20 homes to participate in our bath makeover event and receive test market pricing on a beautiful new walk-in shower. We want to showcase our Kohler Luxe Stone showers in real bathrooms, including Kohler's proprietary crushed stone walls that won't harbor bacteria or soap scum. You'll get promotional pricing just to determine if our exquisite product lines are the right fit for your bathroom project. Final days, 20 homeowners will save. Receive 50% off installation of a new Kohler Luxe Stone shower. Plus, call during this program for no payments until 2025. Senior and military discounts. Call HomeSmart now with zip code and location to qualify. Call 1-800-616-8289. That's 1-800-616-8289.
When MAGA extremists took away our rights, Kyle Evans-Gay took action.
Kyle fought for her daughters and ours in the state Senate, delivering the strongest abortion protections in Delaware history.
She took on the NRA to ban assault weapons and protect our communities.
Led on securing our vote and our democracy.
I'm Kyle Evans-Gay, and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor because a new generation will champion reproductive freedom and fight for our families. Let's do this, Delaware.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Let's take a look at the housing market. The good news, affordability is improving overall. The bad news is that's not the case in some cities. In June, prices went up in New York, San Diego, and Las Vegas. That's according to the latest S&P Core Logic Case-Shiller 20-City Home Price Index released today. That is a mouthful to say. Rents also up in those cities. According to Consumer Price Index data, regions seeing declining costs for shelter include Tampa, Florida, Denver, and Minneapolis.
Meanwhile, Americans are feeling better about the economy. Attitudes improved in August for the second month in a row, but fears over the job market remain. The Conference Board's latest Consumer Confidence Index rose in August to a reading of 103.3. That's up from July's revised 101.9. According to a release, that was, quote, the second consecutive month of the index above 80, though the index is still below pre-pandemic levels.
As we look at your Bay forecast, we are concerned about sweltering heat for tomorrow, and Cambridge won't escape Mother Nature's wrath as well. 95 for the expected high on Wednesday. We'll get a little bit better by the time we get to Thursday, Friday, but we've got to talk about Wednesday when we come back.
Got a plumbing problem that can't wait? Then why would you? At FH Fur, we know how frustrating it is to be stuck waiting for help, which is why we offer same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, a broken pipe, you name it, the expert plumbers at FH Fur are standing by and ready to get you out of hot water, or maybe into some hot water if that's your issue. Same-day service guaranteed, regardless of your plumbing predicament.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood.
The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the park every Saturday from 8 to noon and at Crooked Hammock Brewery every Wednesday from 8 to 11:30 a.m.
In Delaware, a family earning $67,000 a year pays the same tax rate as one making $67 million. I'm Matt Meyer, and you don't have to be a former math teacher to know that's an outrage. As governor, I'll make the super wealthy pay more in taxes so working people can pay less. By making state taxes more fair, we'll help more families get ahead. It's not just smart math, it's the right thing to do.
Democrat Matt Meyer for governor.
The Shorebird summer is coming to a close on the Delmarva Sports Network. Watch their last home series live, from the first crack of the bat, to the big plays, to the roar of the crowd. Experience every moment as it happens on the Delmarva Sports Network. Your Delmarva Shorebirds battle the Salem Red Sox tonight at 7. Tune in for these action-packed games live, only on the Delmarva Sports Network.
Draper Media presents the Shore Living Expo, celebrating health, wealth, and home. Saturday, September 7th from 10 to 4 at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Sponsored by Spicer Brothers and Pohanka. Great demonstrations and interviews with Delmarva Life's Lisa and Jimmy on the expo stage, along with prizes and fun. Plus, meet your favorite Draper Media TV and radio talent. From crafts to home services, boats, cars, and RVs. This is a free event you don't want to miss. Go to WBOCevents.com. See you at the Shore Living Expo.
I want to just go ahead and say initially before we get started, Wednesday is going to be an unusual day in light of the days we've recently had where the temperature is well below the norm. Now we're going to skyrocket above it and then have to deal with, possibly a heat index of 103 or above in some areas. Our tunnel razor camera in Lewis indicating we're at 82 degrees right now. We're going to maintain clear skies in Lewis. Not the same thing for us down in Ocean City, though, but temperatures of 78 degrees and clear, and then 75 and mostly clear skies by 8 o'clock. We warmed up to 90 degrees in Georgetown and Salisbury, as well as Easton. Now, our normal high, usually right around we're 9 degrees away, rather, from our record high for the state. And now we're looking at some dense fog advisories throughout really just the most southern portions of our viewing area. That literally just popped up a few moments ago. Excessive heat watch is also in effect for us, which is well to our north. And you can see from a general standpoint that we have the heat being a concern for the Northeast as well as the southern New England states. Now, we haven't seen much of a change without the inland areas, but we do see the heat starting to creep its way from the west. See that 7-degree difference up higher by 7 degrees? That's showing how that heat is easing its way towards us. We are currently at about 92 degrees in Renton, but 87 in Seaford, 84 in Delmar, as well as Salisbury, and we're in the 70s along the coast right now. So what's happening? Here we go again. Summer is back. Let's take a look at our expectation for Wednesday. So Wednesday, the yellow line is the air temperature, but the orange one is showing you what the heat index is going to be. And so we're looking at 100 to 102 and bouncing back and forth between 101 and 102. So the heat indeed is on. 95 for the high in Georgetown, Seaford, and Laurel. Looking for a 96 in Cambridge, 97 in Vienna, Once again, that heat coming in from the west. And 89 in Chincoteague, but 94 in Snow Hill. So we have the winds out of the south, 5 o'clock in the morning, 72 in Rehoboth and in Milton. Okay? Now, we are looking for temperatures to climb into the 70s pretty quickly. As we go into Thursday, it's going to be a totally different turnaround, and the winds will be coming out of the east. We'll have increasing moisture, and we'll set up for a chance of rain for us on Friday. But the big story is our heat. Here's what we're expecting by 3:30 Wednesday. It's going to feel like 103 in Milton, Milford, Selbyville. It's going to feel like 101 in Georgetown, Seaford, as well as Del Mar at 3:30. Along the coast, we're going to still be warm there as well. It'll still feel like the 90s. Now, as you go into Thursday, we'll see 105 in Salisbury, 102 for us in Del Mar and Seaford, and then the hundreds come back in style again Saturday. So they're going to leave and then get back here. Well, what's going on? We have what's called a heat island effect that's going on for us, actually, because, for example, we have 85 degrees right across, but heat is emitted from all the buildings and stuff. So if you're in a congregated area, the temperature tends to escalate because of all the hustle and bustle and the heat that's emitted from the asphalt and everything else that's going on in the city. Heat island effect. So tonight, 69, 95 with a yellow alert effect for us, and then for Thursday, the temperature will finally drop. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling Extended Forecast.
The Delaware Department of Transportation has announced that the Transportation Infrastructure Investment Fund has awarded 29 grants totaling $51 million. DelDOT says the grants have also helped create 9,500 jobs so far. The money goes to help infrastructure for new or developing businesses. If you're considering applying for a TIF grant for your business, the deadline is fast approaching on September 3rd.
Coming up, Labor Day travel, whether you're partaking in it or avoiding it altogether, how many people are expected to hit the roads and skies? Stay tuned on CoastTV News at 5.
From gentle ocean breezes to small country towns, Sussex County has it all. That's why you need a real estate company that is familiar with it all. Mann & Sons offers decades of experience throughout Sussex County. Whether it's helping you purchase your forever home or find the perfect vacation rental at the beach. Trust our experience. Trust Mann & Sons.
For over 30 years, the difference is clear. Mann & Sons Real Estate.
This weather's brought to you by
Mann & Sons Real Estate.
Accurate Termite and Pest Control. Our professional pest management program includes year-round protection, 4 seasonal visits or more, and pest-free peace of mind. Locally owned and operated, Accurate Termite and Pest Control, on target since 1995.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would say.
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would.
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Ready? Go. The competition is fierce.
America's going to love you.
I did not expect that.
If this was the Olympics, you would have won the gold medal.
EGT Live, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
This is for you, Toby.
Toby Keith's closest friends celebrate an American icon. Toby Keith, American Icon, Wednesday on NBC and Peacock.
Accurate Termite and Pest Control. A new season is coming and so are the pests. They want in. Trust Accurate to keep them out year-round. Locally owned and operated, Accurate Termite and Pest Control, on target since 1995.
I'm proud of you, son. Thanks, Dad. That means a lot. This home wouldn't be possible without the foundational life lessons you taught me. Call Dry Zone. What? To protect your crawl space. This is Delmarva, son. Just like your life, your home's foundation needs a dry crawl space. Call Dry Zone. They're the oldest and the best. Just like you, Dad.
Protect your largest investment with Delmarva's local choice, Dry Zone, the oldest and the best.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
In Seaford, Slinger's Pizza is moving along in their construction process. The rebuilding comes after a car drove through the front of the restaurant back in March and caused significant damage. As seen here on Slinger's Facebook, the construction began in late July and the restaurant was officially issued a permit on August 20th.
If you're traveling Labor Day weekend, get ready to move slow. The Transportation Security Administration predicting record-breaking numbers at airport checkpoints. In fact, TSA says it could be the busiest Labor Day travel period on record. The agency expects to screen 17 million people over the long holiday weekend. The period begins on Thursday and it lasts until the middle of next week. The busiest day is expected to be Friday with nearly 3 million passengers projected to pass through TSA, and the agency reminding travelers arrive early. That's 2 hours before domestic flights, 3 hours before international flights.
Delaware State Police have arrested 2 people in connection with a series of copper wire thefts from irrigation systems that took place across Kent and Sussex counties. The thefts occurred between April and August and caused extensive damage. The suspects, Dorothy Woollyhand and Michael Plummer, face multiple felony charges, including theft and criminal mischief. Woollyhand and Plummer were arraigned and released on unsecured bonds totaling over $21,000 each. We'll be right back.
Save big during the Labor Day sale at Johnny Janasic. Get Delaware's guaranteed lowest prices, plus 0% APR financing for 60 months, or take an extra 20% off. Now through Labor Day Monday at Johnny Janasic.
Governor Carney trusts Bethany Hall Long to be our next governor. As Lieutenant Governor, Bethany fought to protect abortion rights, passed an assault weapons ban, and made historic investments in education to improve our schools. That's why she's been endorsed by the Delaware Democratic Party. And why Governor Carney said Bethany has the right experience to be our next governor and the vision to build a bright future for all Delawareans. On September 10th, vote Bethany Hall Long for governor.
Celebrate Labor Day weekend with Camp Rehoboth Community Center at Sun Festival 2024 in Rehoboth Beach. On August 31st, enjoy a night of comedy with stand-up comedian Joe Dombrowski.
He looked at me and he goes, ma'am, okay, that laugh was a hate crime.
Then on September 1st, dance the night away with DJs Robbie Leslie and Joe Gothrow. Don't miss the summer's biggest party at the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center. Get your tickets at camprehoboth.org.
Sponsored by CoastTV.
Right now, pet dander, skin cells, mold spores, pollen, and dirt are being sucked into your air ducts. Get cleaner air and system efficiency now with Stanley Steamer. For over 75 years, we've continually engineered our equipment and processes to deep clean your entire home. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Listen out there in television land.
Get in the groove with Judge Judy's greatest hits.
I'm good, right?
You are great. Judge to be the best.
Now put on your listening ears.
With classics like...
That's ridiculous. That's a lot of baloney.
Plus...
What are you, nuts?
And who could forget...
is not an answer.
Judge Judy, delivering the hits daily.
That sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
Judge Judy, coming September 9th to CoastTV.
It's time to take your outdoor living space to the next level. Shop the Labor Day Outdoor Sale at Johnny Janasic and get 0% APR for 60 months or take an extra 20% off. Don't miss the Labor Day Outdoor Sale at Johnny Janasic.
Looking for something sweet to do? Join the Friends of Cape and Lopin State Park for their 16th annual chocolate tasting. That's on Saturday, September 7th from 1 to 4 p.m. It's held at the Officers Club in Cape and Lopin State Park. It's a chocolate lover's dream with confections to sample, a bake sale, and a 50-50 raffle. Admission is $8 and all proceeds support the park's education fund.
Well, who can say no to chocolate, right? So, that newly issued advisory that popped up while we were doing the forecast, that's actually an air quality alert that's been issued for Dorchester, Somerset, Wacomico, as well as Worcester. Now, Worcester or Worcester, we're expecting for there to be problems with breathing for folks who have chronic breathing problems. So that's where that comes into play, along with, we have the dense fog that's a concern along the coast and the heat advisory that's active for our immediate area, talking about the heat in general. Now, the UV index is going to stay on the high side and very high for the next few days. You can also remember that we have that yellow alert day for Wednesday.
Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, get our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.